There's been plenty of moments that I fell in hard times. More often than not, getting faded was my lifeline. I realized that I've always struggled with change, but sometimes you gotta rearrange before you go insane. I've been doing my best to stay true to myself, put my next foot forward and smoking dope for my health. I never give up the music till I'm rolling in wealth. Some days I swear this basement's my own personal hell. Well, I love the sound of the city. Goddamn, I love the sound of the city. Yeah, yeah. I'm wide awake when you're with me. I feel better when you got my back, yeah. Red eyes, I'm sky high. I think this might be the best night that I've ever had, that I've ever spent with you. I confess I'm obsessed with the sex. Heart palpitations every time that she texts. I admit that we ain't always been the best for each other, but what is love without the little test? Girl, you know you're my sneaky link. When I'm with you, my ego shrink. I'm just craving time for us alone. I think about you every time I'm home smoking dope. I love the sound of the city. Goddamn, I love the sound of the city. Yeah, yeah. I'm wide awake when you're with me. I feel better when you got my back, yeah. Red eyes, I'm sky high. I think this might be the best night that I've ever had, that I've ever spent with you.
Twice that this is the start of our demise. Bury me 6 feet underground. Take my hand
Yo, yo, what's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope everyone got a chance to go outside today. It was 70 and sunny here after just a depressing cold winter. I haven't really seen any sun or been really outside. Took my dog, we went fishing. It's a good time. Good to see a nice little crowd in the chat. I think your name is Jor. I can stream earlier. It's a little bit difficult. It just depends on everything going on. I know a lot of people from. I know we got a lot of European crowd. They prefer if I stream earlier. I can try doing like 4 p.m. Eastern. Usually I do like 5 to 6 Eastern. It just depends. I mean, you can always rewatch the streams if you miss them. Yo, what up, Lunatic? How's it going, man? Marie, you were first this time. Congratulations. So, guys, I am currently about to drop another tweet criticizing some moon people. I be on the lookout for it. It's just another example of don't buy or long resistance. It's a terrible idea. Now, longing the breakout and longing resistance are two completely different things. When we get over resistance, that's when you long. But if we're under it, don't take the long. Don't be a follower. Don't be a sheep. They are always bullish right at resistance every single time. It's where I actually sold my long, and now I'm looking to short. I'm not necessarily looking for a short just yet, but soon. Definitely soon. Real quick, update on the Ukrainian-Russian thing. I really don't know what's going on. I think a lot of media is over-dramatizing a lot of things and not giving us enough information. I think the Joe Biden, the puppet speech last night that was given, he said Iranians, by the way. He didn't say Russians. He said Iranians. I still don't understand how we're allowing this to happen. I mean, regardless of what political party you're in, we can't have someone that's literally losing brain cells every single day lead an entire country. He's literally the most important person in the world, or one of the top 10 most important people in the world, and the guy doesn't even know what's happening. And we're possibly seeing a World War III scenario, and he's one of 3 people in the United States. You have to remember, it's not just the president that tells us that we can go to war, but he's one of 3 people that says we can go to war. I don't know if I put my trust in him. Again, not to get into too many politics, just stating the white elephant in the room kind of thing. So, Bitcoin's at resistance. Did you long? I hope you didn't. I hope you've been paying attention to what I've been saying. This rejection was very blatant obvious. To be honest, just real quick on the daily, I think we're going to do something similar, maybe a double top. It might just nuke. I have no idea. I'm just kind of waiting for the hourly time frames to really break down before I enter a significant short, and then obviously adding on to it as we break some of these support levels. Start with the stock market real quick. Really only looking at the weekly here. Weekly Dow still below the 50. A lot of recovery in here. I think that's because the daily is oversold on RSI. I don't even think we can really see. So oversold with some bullish divergences on the Dow. Or on RSI. We always have been saying, not always. We've been saying that it's going to do this, right? It's going to be slow and painful. It's going to be down and sideways. Nothing too significant. I don't think we're going to get a COVID-style crash unless a country gets nuked. And overall, just be prepared when everything bottoms to buy. We know that rate hikes are coming in. I believe 0.25% has been initiated today, and this is not good really for anything. That means that it's going to cost banks more to take loans from the Federal Reserve, and so it's going to cost you more to take a loan from the bank. S&P still below the 50. Oh, that's the daily chart. Still below the 50, I believe. Yep, still below the 50. Kind of retesting it. Again, nice little bounces throughout these last 2 weeks. I think just because we were very oversold. And again, still following our down and sideways possibility. Could we come back up, maybe make a right shoulder here? Absolutely. It's looking like it with a head and shoulders pattern, having a wick below support, coming back up, making that shoulder and heading down would allow for a reset and possibly a nice little Bitcoin uptrend. Sorry, that's my bear. I'm the bear watcher. Took him out, and he's been asleep all day. I don't disagree, but Trump was 10 times worse. I'm not going to comment on President House plan. Yo, what's up, Mike? Where are you at? It's 70. I'm in the Midwest. I'm going back to Florida soon, but in the Midwest. Yeah, those mean tweets. Yeah, I mean, mean tweets. We have a guy that can't even formulate a sentence without a teleprompter. We're relying on him to lead our country. Ukrainian situation, no matter what the media says, causes people to trade. Yeah, of course. Today we're here in Slovenia, except first Ukrainians. I don't know if I read that correctly. I'm not sure, but yeah, things could hit the fan soon. But all right, let's keep moving on. Total charts, total weekly. We did have a breakout. Nice little double bottom on the weekly. Could this be a breakout? Maybe. We know diagonal lines are not as sufficient as horizontal resistance. Also, our total chart just literally retested the 50 weekly moving average. So, in my opinion, is it a breakout? No. Not until we get above the 50 weekly is it considered a breakout. And of course, Bitcoin and altcoins will follow suit and obviously accept that breakout. But for now, I'm just not seeing it. I'm not really seeing a whole set of bullishness here. We know in 2018, I mean, similar situation. We had maybe some people consider this a double bottom. Wasn't really sure. Wasn't really paying attention to crypto Twitter back then. Ultimately, just retesting the 50 and then continuing lower. So for right now, I mean, we're just kind of following exactly what 2008 did. And until we get it back above the 50 weekly moving average, all of this is just noise. And, you know, a lot of people long resistance and they're going to get totally screwed. We're still looking at a looming death cross on the total chart. Ultimately, you know, you continue going down, these are going to cross and Nuke City. Belarus is going to invade Moldova. Thanks for the previous calls. Help me make better decisions. Yeah, anytime. Yeah, and I got a lot of pushback because I longed 39.6 and then I longed 41.5. Guys, just because we're in a bear market doesn't mean you can't long and make money. The breakouts were obvious. The volume was there to back it up. There was also an inverted head and shoulders on the 4 hour. Now, does that mean that's going to change the daily sentiment? No. But was there a 10% gain to be made? Yeah, there was. If you missed out on it, pay attention for the next one. Total 2, actually Total 2 has not broken out yet, so our altcoins are still kind of lagging. I've been seeing a lot of altcoin charts having some sort of like inverted head and shoulders pattern on the hourly time frames, specifically like Link. If you look at Link's 4 hour, we actually do have a very weird inverted head and shoulders now here, and then just kind of like a failed breakout here. Could we just go up? Yeah, but I think it's waiting to see what Bitcoin does ultimately. And you know, this pattern is printed on several different altcoin charts. I believe ADA, same thing with ADA, same thing with Sushi. I mean, pretty much, I'd say like 8 out of 10 altcoin charts, you're looking at an inverted head and shoulders pattern. So if Bitcoin does break out, the altcoins are going to moon slightly. I wouldn't say do a 2x, but they'll definitely have their 20 to 30% gains. Back to total charts, total 3. I mean, still a failed breakout, still below this diagonal resistance. I mean, we've given 2 options. We can go back up, retest resistance up here, or we'll just continue lower. I'm still on the page that we're going to continue lower. I don't really see any bullish conviction on Bitcoin, which will ultimately drive the alts upward. Also, Bitcoin dominance is very, very bullish right now, and same with the DXY. So moving forward, DXY, very, very bullish. We've been following this really since I started streaming. Double bottom, uptrend, holding the uptrend and continuing to break out. I mean, this is very, very bullish, very, very bearish for cryptocurrency and stocks, but overall, fundamentally as well, DXY, we want to promote the value of the dollar. We, as in the United States, are trying to promote the value of the dollar. We're trying to decrease inflation. So seeing the value of the DXY go up, see that it's in a bullish uptrend, technical analysis-wise, you know, it's probably not going to stop anytime soon. Crypto long this breakout, guys. Yeah, so I actually have a bunch of tweets. I'm waiting for us to drop. I have a bunch of tweets from Moon Boys ready to call them out again. Hopefully, you know, get some nice engagement. But yeah, I've got a lot of them. I've got a whole list a whole list on my phone here. Hold up. Whole list. Yeah, you can't see it, but I've got like 20 tweets. Yo, what's up, Lord? Good to see you too, man. Good to see you too. This was a Black Swan bull run, Black Swan dumps and pumps everywhere. I don't think the whole run up was a like from 30 to 69K. I don't think that was a Black Swan run. I think the 30 to 52 was programmed, like that was going to happen. But the 40 to 69 didn't make much sense, but on the daily there were bullish implications. So unfortunately I didn't get to trade it. So something I've added here is USDT dominance. This breaking this resistance ultimately will not be good for crypto. We have a nice, well, kind of looks like a double bottom here. I'd say it's kind of an uptrend and kind of going sideways. Hard to tell because it's a relatively new chart, but I do have this area as resistance. As soon as we break that area, we are absolutely going to see crypto drop a lot. So this going down, having a possible double top, is that necessarily bullish for crypto? I'm not too certain because we also have a golden cross. We are also still holding an uptrend. So until we really make a lower low here on this weekly, it doesn't really make a lot of difference to me. Plus, we know during this week, Bitcoin had a nice little pump, so obviously this would be down. Before I get into Bitcoin, let's talk about Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance, daily chart here. I'm going to remove these moving averages because we don't need them. We've been following this double bottom, and we're still in an uptrend. Still very much breaking resistance levels. We had some trouble at 43, now we're at 44 and continuing up. Breaking this white line would be good, but again, we know that diagonal lines are not as accurate as horizontal, so I'd like to see the green line break. Once the green line breaks, your altcoins are dropping 80%. Ultimately, you guys know me, I'm macro bearish, so I'm still under the impression we're going to see a 20K Bitcoin. Roman, you didn't buy the bottom? Hell no, dude. I shorted the bottom. I didn't short the exact bottom, but I shorted like 36K area because I once Russia invaded Ukraine, I'm like Black Swan all day, and unfortunately I ended up breaking even on that short because I went so heavy at 36 and my stop loss was like 38. But I made quite a bit amount on the long plays at 36, 39.6 and 41.5. Could we see 21K again around May? Possible. Do you use open interest or order flows app? No, I don't. I just use price action. I think that avoids me having to use like multiple points of data because price action gives you momentum. All right, let's get into Bitcoin. So Bitcoin weekly, really quick. Not a lot of volume this week. Possible double bottom here, but honestly, I think it's just a bear flag, just consolidation. I mean, you're going down, you're consolidating to go down again. That's usually what happens in a downtrend. The consolidation allows indicators to reset, and ultimately, we're not seeing any bullish divergence here. We have a lower low and a higher low with a low and a higher low in RSI. So ultimately, still bearish divergence, still just consolidation. Big bearish divergences on MACD and RSI on the weekly chart. And like I said, I really don't think we're going to break 45K. Daily here. Daily. So, a lot of the Opium Moon Boys call this a double bottom. I don't because it's too volatile. It's too large of a range. I think we're just ranging, ultimately, before we either break down or break up. We'll be in a much tighter range before we decide which way to go. Ultimately, 45K needs more volume to break, and we have volume going down, price going up. That's very bearish price action. You can see the first time we attempted to break 45K, volume going down, price going up, we failed. Now, yet again, we have volume going down, price going up. So if I'm a betting man here, knowing that every single time we've attempted to break prior resistance levels or prior support levels, volume going down, price going up, failed, volume going down, price going up, another failure. So there's 2 failures, 3 failures, 4 failures. You guys know the drill. I mean, it's very consistent. That's why I use price action for validation and momentum. Am I looking to short? Absolutely. I'm kind of waiting for another test of 45K, waiting for more 4-hour conviction with RSI divergences and whatnot. 1 hour is not going to give me the answer I want and need, and I think we're still going to kind of hang around this level for just a little bit longer and then ultimately plummet to 30K. There's enough ammo on the chart to absolutely just dump. And again, guys, right in here, we have nice consolidation. We're not making bullish divergences. We're actually making bearish divergences because we have a lower low here, or sorry, not a lower low, a lower high here and a higher high in RSI. So ultimately, bearish divergences all day. They're storing up bad news before sending them crypto regulations. French finance minister Powell yelling, EU head. Feels like whales are manipulating the news. Possibly. It's possible. What's your opinion on crypto options trading compared to regular leverage trades? I don't do any of that. I trade spot. Unless I'm shorting, then I use contracts. I don't care for leverage trading. Leverage trading is literally designed for you to lose and to get emotional and to take larger losses. If everyone was winning leverage trading, it wouldn't be available because the exchanges wouldn't be making money. They're offering more and more leverage trading because they know that people will fall for the trap, listen to the Moon Boys and long resistance, and get absolutely dumped on. Crypto, the Moon, Barry Silbert or Seibert, the Martini guy, all of them said they longed without posting any long orders, literally at 45K. And now we're at 44. Now I know, and I understand that's only a 2% drop, but if you're in 20 times leverage, you're down 40% on that position. So you're going to keep taking their advice because they did it here. Also, the Lady of Crypto, the Lady of Forehead, she did that here. They did it here. And now they're doing it again here. So as soon as these people get extremely bullish, especially near resistance, with volume going down, price going up here, know that you should be taking profits if you're in longs anywhere in this area. Or anywhere in this area, or again, anywhere in this area. It's textbook. I mean, we don't have the momentum to push through 45, nor the volume. Now, could it come in? Yes, it could come in. But technical analysis-wise, this is all pointing to the downside. I can't find a single argument that says we're going to push through 45. Roman, what's the best indicator? Price action. Price action's your best indicator. It's so consistent in this market because it shows supply and demand. What is the indicator written as ADP and RSI? So this is the plus ADP. It's just like RSI with accumulation and distribution zones. I just put it here because it's visually appealing. Honestly, it's the same thing as RSI, just with some clouds and stuff. So, and a rainbow. I like rainbows. I hate rainbow charts, but it's a little bit more visually appealing and makes me look more intelligent when I talk about it, rather than just saying RSI. No, it's literally just RSI. All right, let's keep zooming in. 12-hour. I mean, it doesn't get any more obvious than this. Volume going down, price going up, failing resistance. I mean, MACD now starting to lose momentum. RSI, we still have bullish divergences here. What I'm waiting for is a little bit of a dip, maybe some sideways move. Another attempt at 45. I will short that next attempt. We'll make bearish divergence and then drop like a rock. It happens every single time. I mean, look what happened here. Double top, bearish divergences, bearish price action all throughout this whole entire thing. We have volume going down, price going up. Again, on this next test, very low volume. So yeah, I fully expect some kind of like wedge or some kind of double top, maybe a head and shoulders. And I will absolutely short the hell out of that. It's almost as influencers are working for the exchanges. Well, they are. If you guys don't know this, the influencers share promotional deals at the exchanges. Now, I do the same thing, but the exchange that I'm partnered with, they're not offering $2,500 promotional deals for using leverage. You get $158 for signing up and depositing money. I mean, it's not like I'm shilling all of this stuff on you posting leverage trades at resistance. I mean, essentially partnering with an exchange is not a problem. But partnering with an exchange that is shilling leverage on people, encouraging new traders to use leverage, encouraging heinous acts and basically failure. That's where I'm like, okay, really? Like, have I had Bybit approach me and ask for promotions stuff? Yes, they have. They've offered me quite a bit. And quite a bit of just like per tweet and stuff. I'm just like, no, like I'm not doing that. I'm not throwing away my pride, and I'm not throwing away who I am and what I'm about just to make an extra couple $1,000s. It's just not what I want to do. Use reliable exchanges. Stay away from leverage, and you'll be fine. Roman, how do we draw supply and demand zones? I go over this in my trading class, but essentially I just use the points of most contact using the daily time frame. And most recent, so essentially you'll look from the right side of the chart and go to the left, starting from the bottom to the top. So my first one would be here at 35. I put a blue line here as possible resistance at 39.6. Here at 41 because we see a bounce here, and then 45 as we have bounces here, rejections here. So you just kind of look from right to left, essentially. Don't make it too complicated. Support and resistance is not a straight line, but I have the top points of supply and demand as the straight line. That way I know where to long. And also when I have boxes all over my chart, like I don't like boxes. It just looks weird. Oh no, you're fine. I knew it was sarcasm. I know what you're. They're manipulating gold a lot. Well, no, gold's not being manipulated. People are buying gold because we're about to go through an economic recession. Yeah, they're really not open about it. It's really weird. You know, and the funny thing is they have influence. Like they're influencers, and they're longing and telling people to long at resistance. I will never tell you where to take a trade. Will I post my trade setups in my Patreon? Sure. But I will never tell you when to take a trade. That is very questionable with the SEC. If you're not a licensed financial advisor, you can't be telling people where to put their money. And when you're losing people money, you're in twice as much trouble. Am I from New York City? Hell no, dude. I am not from that piece of trash city. What if you trade with little amounts? Should you still not use leverage? Don't use leverage unless you have 5 years of trading under your belt. Trading is a marathon, not a sprint. If you have little amounts of money, dollar cost average, let your money sit. In a couple of years, it'll be a 10x, and then start trading. Or if you're learning how to trade, paper trade, don't lose the little amount of money you have. I love you, bro. Thanks. Appreciate it. But yeah, back to 12 hour. I mean, you guys know how I feel. Losing momentum. I mean, could we consider this? Let's even pull this out. Could we consider this bearish divergence? Sure. But to be fair, I think we're just kind of ranging. Could we keep ranging forever? Maybe. But again, I still think we're going to retest 35K at some point. Whether we continue up from there or go down from there, that's up in the air. But 35K definitely getting retested. I think we need a much tighter range before we ultimately break out. Every time price breaks out, there is always a tighter range. Even breaks down, there is always a tighter range. We don't just nuke unless it's a black swan event. Looking at the 4 hour, I mean, it's, again, blatantly obvious. Volume's going down. Yes, these are spikes, but volume's going down overall. Nice little weird inverted head and shoulders here. Nice breakout. Take us to the next resistance point, but honestly, not enough volume to push us through. Lots of rejections here. Momentum is being lost on MACD. Ultimately, still showing bullish divergences with RSI. I'm waiting for this. I'm literally waiting. Once I see this, I'm short. I'm the shortest man you'll ever meet. Not that short in life, but I'll be the shortest man you'll. Roman, you are a champ, bro. Thank you. So where should you open a short? Anywhere on resistance. 45.5 is resistance, and that's where I'd recommend opening shorts, but we won't know if we touch it again. I think we will. The 4 hours, just kind of a lot of volatility here. Like, you can't even like, really can't draw any kind of wedge, any kind of anything. This is just kind of a mess. I mean, I'd like to see rounding tops or, a nice clean wedge, something like that before I make a decision, because this just looks weird. It looks like this. It looks like this part here. So right now, I think it's just too early to take a short, but be aware that a short opportunity could be coming your way very soon. Little bearish divergence DXY daily from the 3rd November to now. I don't know about that. DXY is like pretty damn bullish. And also, I wouldn't really pay attention to like MACD and RSI for the DXY. I'd purely pay attention to fundamental and if we're holding an uptrend, because there's no volume here, and we know that fundamentally the United States are trying to promote the value of the dollar. I don't see it losing a ton of value anytime soon. Inflation's at all-time high, as in the Democratic Party doesn't want recession to happen while Sleepy Joe's in office. What's my RSI length set? Here you go. I'll pull that up. 12. It's set to 12. The rest of this is default, but this is set to 12. Could set it to 14. But to be fair, I don't think it really matters that much. But I just use 12. I don't use RSI for like exact points of contact. Like RSI to me just tells me if we're making divergences or not. So far, we're making lots of bearish divergences. Do you mean price cannot go up until gaps are filled? I don't care for CME gaps. I think the CME, although people are like, oh, the gap was filled. Oh, the gaps get filled 90% of the time. That's because price just moves. Like, yes, crypto's volatile, but price just literally moves. So if a CME gap's here, oh, it was filled. Oh, this one was filled. Oh, this one was filled. Oh, okay, this one was filled. Oh, the one back 30 days ago here was filled. Like, no, I don't think CME gaps really mean anything. I think people put way too much emphasis on them. And we have CME gaps like up at 50K. And like, will they fill at some point? Yeah, they're going to fill at some point. So in 4 years, when we fill the 55K CME gap, and everyone's like, oh, gap filled. Like, okay, that was from 5 years ago. Like, I think that matters. When Discord session, I want to learn TA. I teach a trading class Tuesdays and Thursdays. You're more than welcome to sign up. The link is in Discord, and I believe it's also in the chat. You can take a look at it. I'm going to stop doing the trading classes after May. In the summer, I'm usually pretty busy. We have lots of family that come into town. Also, really nice weather, and I'm usually outside doing stuff. So if you'd like to check that out for the next 2 to 3 months, you definitely can. With that said, all of the prior videos from January, February, and, well, we just started March, but all of the prior videos are available for you to view if you look on Patreon. There's one gap at 24 made on the 24th of December 2020. Yeah, I mean, that was like 2 years ago. Like, I don't care about the CME. It's like, people are like lose their minds over it. It's just very weird. But yeah, back to the 4 hour. Guys, I just don't see this being, especially with the fact that MACD is about to cross and RSI is still very overbought. I mean, to me, it looks like we're just going to kind of maybe do something like this. I mean, it all just depends. And just to show you, here's a 1 hour. Where's our trend line? I have no idea. Maybe something like this. It's very hard to draw because I had one last night and it actually broke down. I had one last night and it completely broke down and then just immediately pumped. So very weird. We also broke down again. Now we're retesting. So I don't really know where to draw this diagonal line. Plus we know diagonal lines are not as consistent, but maybe here. So if we get below 43.5, definitely going to see, definitely if we make a low below this point, we will see slight dump. Will we dump to 41.5 right then? Probably not. We could, but probably not. Where is the top of this? I have no idea. Maybe like this. Maybe we're just in a channel. I'd like to see us retest this area and then go down. How does my family feel about me trading? Well, I don't know. They think that they make a lot of money and they support that. I mean, that's pretty much the only answer I have for that. I don't know. That's such a weird question. How does my family feel about me trading? Yeah, I won't get into full details, but I think they're very supportive. What a weird question. 1 hour looks like an ascending wedge, possibly, but I don't really know. I mean, this is some pretty bearish price action, but MACD could make another move up. 4 hour, I don't see any divergences in the lowest. I really look as the 4 hour. I mean, again, I'd like to see something like this where we have these two peaks and some serious bearish divergence there. That's what I'd like to see before taking a large short. For now, I mean, it's up in the air. I mean, could we break out? Sure. I mean, weirder things have happened, but honestly, I think we're going to go inside. But taking a short right now, I mean, we're kind of right in between support and resistance. You have a 5% gain to about a 3% loss. So for me, I'm not really looking to take that short. It's what is that, like a 5 to 3? I mean, it's just not the risk reward isn't there for me. What's up, man? Can we check out the stock market? I already did. If you want to go back in the live stream, it's like the first couple charts I covered. Bearish divergence on the 1 hour. Yeah, I mean, lots of bearish divergence here, but for me, again, like a 1 hour is not going to call a big crash. Now, if we lose this area, could we just kind of retest it and go down? Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. Again, I don't see us just crashing right. Could we? Yeah, we could just crash. If we lose 41.5, I will definitely enter a short. But for now, we're just kind of chilling. Like, there's no reason to take big risks here yet. Third largest wallet sold 1,500 Bitcoin yesterday. Yeah, I saw. I mean, the whales have been selling Bitcoin nonstop for about 6 months now. You guys are a little late to the party on that. All of these big pumps here. So if I zoom out, this pump they sold, this pump they sold, this pump they sold, this pump they sold, and this pump they sold. All of them. And retail's still in the dark about this. The information is very public. I've been calling it out. Agris has been calling it out. Alt Oracle has been calling it out. Day, Jackus, all these people have been calling out that whales are selling into pumps. Quinn Sinatra, whatever his name is, he's been calling it out. The crypto whale's been calling it out. I mean, it's blatantly obvious, and it's there. Roman, how can we train our eyes on the chart? Just open your eyes and look at it, baby. Just open your eyes. Let's take a look at Ethereum real quick. Ethereum. Again, yeah, just higher low here, but lower highs. Very much kind of rejecting this diagonal, this possible diagonal here. Not a lot of shock and awe here. I think Ethereum is going to continue its path to the downside. Very bearish price action here. I still think we're going to hit the 1750 area before we get a nice bounce or a possible capitulation. Ethereum Bitcoin chart. Yeah, same kind of thing. I mean, we had a failed breakout. We actually lost or got rejected on my golden line right here. I had this line here for a long time. We rejected, have gone down, and I think we're just going to continue going down, like all altcoins are going to do. But yeah, guys, I mean, just kind of wanted to get a quick stream in. I'm actually going on vacation here tomorrow. I leave, and then I'll be back on Sunday. So no stream Friday. Just wanted to kind of give the word because I think we're going to dump before this weekend. I think we will lose 41.5 within the next week. And ultimately, just kind of want to give you guys the heads up that do not long resistance. Do not listen to these moon boys. They are wrong 10 out of 10 times. They're quiet when we dump, and they're loud when we're right about resistance, about to dump again. So, what do you do when they get loud? Take profits. just take profits or look at the volume and look at the price. If you're seeing this, time to sell. Volume going down, price going up, time to sell. You're in profit. But with that said, guys, I'm going to end this stream. I got to make dinner and do some things, got to pack and stuff. So, just wanted to keep you all informed and get you guys all on the right page. Like I said, I'm doing 2 more months of trading classes. So if you'd like to join to get all the prior content that's been done in January and February, the sign up link is in Discord and I believe it's in the chat. With that said, guys, please do not take a massive short yet. Wait for around 45K. Wait for mid 44s. We're not really in the risk reward range to take a large short. There's really not a lot of conviction that we're going to dump just yet on the hourly timeframes, although the daily is showing a lot of bearishness. Don't jump the gun. Jumping the gun is how you lose, and you could miss out on a lot of profit if we do pump. The daily still says we have plenty of room to, possibly consolidate a little bit. But all right, guys, I'm going to end it there. You guys know what it is. Be patient. Use risk management.